Good morning everyone. Today our class sleep disorders. Sleep disorders are mainly classified into three categories. They are dysomnias, parasomnias and disorders due to other medical conditions. Sleep pattern disturbance is a nursing diagnosis that is defined as a disruption of sleep time that causes discomfort or interferes with a desired life cycle. A sleep pattern disturbance may be related to one or more than 80 sleep disorders identified in the International Classification of Sleep Disorders. In that, dysomnias. What is dysomnias? The dysomnias include sleep disorders characterized by difficulty in initiating or maintaining sleep. That means insomnia, lack of sleep, or by excessive sleepiness. These disorders may arise predominantly from within the body, intrinsic or extrinsic, or form disruption of circadian rhythm. Dysomnias means it is a one type of sleep disorders, difficulty in initiating or maintaining sleep, insomnia, or by excessive sleepiness. These dysomnias, the sleep itself is pretty normal, but the client sleeps too little, too much, or at the wrong time. So the problem is with the amount, quantity, or with its timing, and sometimes with the quantity of sleep. Quantity and quality of sleep. Okay, dysomnias are the sleep disorders. This may be characterized by difficulty in initiating or maintaining sleep, insomnia, or by excessive sleepiness. The main common dysomnias are insomnia, hypersomnia, narcolepsy, sleep apnea, insufficient sleep, or sleep deprivation. In that, insomnia is described as the inability to fall asleep or remain asleep. The persons with insomnia awaken not feeling rested. Insomnia is the most common sleep complaint, that is lack of sleep. Acute insomnia and chronic insomnia. Acute insomnia lasts 1 to several nights and is often caused by personal stresses or worry. If longer than a month, it is called chronic insomnia. Okay, 1 to several nights means acute insomnia. For longer than a month, chronic insomnia. Okay, this is insomnia, inability to fall asleep or lack of sleep. Insomnia can result from physical discomfort and more often from mental tension or anxiety. People who are habituated to drugs or who takes large amounts of alcohol are at high risk for insomnia. What are the clinical manifestations? Difficulty falling asleep, waking up frequently during the night, difficulty returning to sleep, waking up too early in the morning, unrefreshing sleep, daytime sleepiness, difficulty concentrating and irritability. Difficulty concentrating and irritability. These are all the symptoms of insomnia. Difficulty falling asleep, difficulty concentration, difficulty sleepiness, daytime sleepiness, irritability, waking up frequently during the night. Treatment is develop of new behavioral patterns that induces sleep, create a sleeping environment that induces sleep. That means calm and quiet environment. There is no disturbances of any sound or any noise. Okay, create positive sleep thoughts. After that, hypersomnia. What is hypersomnia? It is a medical condition, for example, CNS damage and certain kidney, liver, metabolic disorders such as diabetic acidosis and hypothyroidism. In that conditions, we must see hypersomnia, where the affected individual obtains sufficient sleep at night, but still cannot stay awake during the day. Treatment of hypersomnias include treating the underlying disease condition. Okay, treating the underlying disease conditions. And after that, narcolepsy. It is a disorder of excessive daytime sleepiness. Narcolepsy means excessive daytime sleepiness. caused by the lack of the chemical hypocretin in the area of the CNS that regulates sleep. And after that, clients with narcolepsy have sleep attacks or excessive daytime sleepiness, and their sleep at night usually begins with a sleep onset rapid eye movement period. Okay, dreaming sleep occurs within the first 15 minutes of falling asleep. Narcolepsy is a disorder of excessive daytime sleepiness. People sleep several times a day, even when they are conversing with people or while driving. The main effect of CNS stimulants and antidepressants are the drugs used to treat narcolepsy. Okay, these narcolepsy will be treated by CNS stimulants or antidepressant. Narcolepsy means excessive daytime sleepiness. What is hypersomnia? Sufficient sleep at night but still cannot stay awake during the day also. That means longer time, the person may sleep longer time. After that, insomnia means lack of sleep. Okay, sleep apnea. Sleep apnea is characterized by frequent short breathing pauses during sleep, more than 5 apneic episodes longer than 10 seconds in an hour. Okay, and it is considered as abnormal and should be evaluated by a sleep medicine specialist. Sleep medicine specialist. Sleep apnea is characterized by cessation of breathing for 10 seconds. It may be apnea means absence of breathing for 10 minutes. In that sleep, there may be cessation of breathing for 10 seconds or longer, occurring at least 5 times per hour. Sleep apnea can be classified as obstructive or central nervous system apnea. A combination of the two may be seen. Obstructive sleep apnea syndrome. In obstructive sleep apnea syndrome, respiratory efforts of the diaphragm and intercostal muscles are apparent but ineffective against a collapsed or obstructed upper airway. Snoring indicates partial obstruction as hypoxia ensues. The person eventually awakens to breathe. Okay. The frequent awakenings impair the normal sleep cycle. Repeated microaerosols lead to daytime sleepiness. This is about sleep apnea. That means uh, cessation of breathing for 10 seconds in a sleep. It occurs at sleep. Okay, or longer, occurring at least 5 times per hour. This is about sleep apnea, obstructive apnea, central apnea, and mixed apnea. What is obstructive apnea? Respiratory efforts of the diaphragm and intercostal muscles are apparent but ineffective against a collapsed or obstructed upper airway. Obstructive sleep apnea syndrome means there may be obstruction in the upper airway tract. Okay. Central apnea means due to the defect of the respiratory center of the brain, if any injury is present in the brain stems, in that time central sleep apnea will be occur. After that, mixed apnea means combination of obstructive and central apnea. Sleep deprivation. What is sleep deprivation? Sleep deprivation means a prolonged disturbance in quality and quantity of sleep can lead to a syndrome called a sleep deprivation. It is not a sleep disorder but result of prolonged sleep disturbance. Okay, a prolonged sleep disturbance in quality and quantity of sleep can lead to a syndrome called as sleep deprivation. Insufficient sleep or sleep deprivation. It produces various physiological and behavioral symptoms based on the severity of deprivation. After that, individuals may develop attention and concentration of deficits, reduced vigilance, distractibility, reduced motivation, fatigue, diplopia, and dry mouth. Okay, diplopia and dry mouth. And after that, parasomnias. What is parasomnia? Something abnormal occurs during sleep itself or during the times when the client is falling asleep or waking up. The quality, quantity, and timing of the sleep are essential normal. Most common disorders are in parasomnias. There are some common disorders are there: bruxism, enuresis, periodic limb movement disorder, sleep talking, and sleepwalking. Okay, in that bruxism usually occurring during stage 2. Stage 2 it lasts about 10 to 20 minutes. Non-rapid eye movement sleep characterized by clenching and grinding of the teeth. Okay. In this clenching and grinding of the teeth. This clenching and grinding of the teeth can eventually erode dental crowns and cause of teeth to come close and lead to any deterioration of the joint called TMJ syndrome. What is TMJ syndrome? Temporomandibular joint. Okay, this is about bruxism, clenching and grinding of the teeth. Okay, and after that, enuresis means bedwetting during sleep occurring in children over 3 years old. More males than females are affected. If it often occurs 1 to 2 hours after falling asleep. Okay, bedwetting. Enuresis means bedwetting. Encopresis means passage of stools. And after that, periodic limb movement disorder, the legs jerk twice or 3 times per minute during sleep. While sleeping, the person may jerk twice or 3 times per minute. The legs will be shaking. Okay. Respond well to medications such as levodopa, pramipexole, ropinirole, and gabapentin. Okay. It is most commonly seen in older adults. And after that, sleep talking during sleeping hours during NREM sleep, before rapid eye movement sleep. Okay, we see in hostels some people are talking while sleeping. It rarely presents a problem to the person unless it becomes troublesome to others. Yes, if the person talking means while they're sleeping, if the person talking means we must very scared about that person. After that, sleepwalking, somnambulism. Okay, this is also known as somnambulism. Occurs during stages third and fourth. That means deep sleep. The person may undergo deep sleep. It is episodic and usually occurs 1 to 2 hours after falling asleep. Sleepwalkers tend not to notice dangers, example, and often need to be protected from injury. After that, disorders due to other medical conditions are these disorders are associated with medical or psychiatric or other illnesses. These may be seen in any psychiatric cases or any illness or any medical conditions. We see these some of the disorders: depression, alcoholism, thyroid dysfunction, and peptic ulcer, and after that, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. Nursing intervention to promote sleep. As a nurse, we must to sleep that patient. We must to promote sleep to that client or patient. Sleep wake pattern. Maintain a regular bedtime and wake up schedule. Okay, regular bedtime means 10 and wake up at 6 o'clock morning. Eliminate daytime naps. If naps are taken, limit to 20 minutes or less twice a day. Instruct the client to go to bed when sleepy. When the person sleepy, in the time only, they instruct the client to go to bed. Okay. Use warm bath and relaxation techniques. If unable to sleep in 15 to 30 minutes, get out of bed and pursue some relaxation activity. And after that, establish a regular relaxing bedtime routine before sleep, such as reading, listening to soft music and reading. This may cause sleep. While reading, you people are sleeping only, no? you are habituate to soft music, taking a warm bath, or doing some other quiet activity. Avoid dealing with office work or family problems before bedtime because they may be cause any stress and affect that sleep. Get adequate exercise during the day to reduce stress, but avoid excessive physical exertion at least 3 hours before bedtime. After that, environment. Create a sleep conductive environment that is dark, quiet, comfortable, and cool. Keep noise to a minimum. Block out extraneous voice as necessary with white noise from a fan, air conditioner. And sleep on a comfortable mattress and pillows. We must be uh, to take away the discomfort of the patient. We must provide mattress and pillows very comfortable to sleep. Okay. Listen to relaxing music. Increase exposure to bright light during the daytime. Diet. Limit alcohol, caffeine, and nicotine in late afternoon and evenings. And consume carbohydrates or milk as a light snack before bedtime. Avoid heavy and spicy foods at night that may upset the stomach and that disturb the sleep also. Decrease fluids 2 to 4 hours before sleep. After that, medications. Use sleeping medications only as a last resort. Minimize the usage of medicines as much as possible. We don't use the type of medicines to promote sleep medicines because they may be damage of the nervous system and they may cause us other complications also. Because many contain antihistamines that cause daytime drowsiness, as many medications may cause daytime drowsiness also. Because of two, don't use medications. Naturally only we are able to sleep. Okay. Take analgesics 30 minutes before bedtime to relieve aches and pains. If any aches and pains are there, you take analgesics 30 minutes before bedtime to relieve pains and aches. After that, consult the healthcare provider about adjusting other medications that may cause insomnia. Okay, this is about nursing interventions to promote sleep, diet, medications, environment, and sleep wake pattern. Okay, there are some disorders. Okay, and after that, what are the sleep disorders? Insomnia, hypersomnia, dysomnias. In dysomnias, insomnia, hypersomnia, narcolepsy, sleep apnea, insufficient sleep, or sleep deprivation. Okay, what is dysomnias? Too little, too much, or at the wrong time. That means the person may be able to sleep at too little or too much longer period or at the wrong time. And hypersomnias, the person may sleep longer period, and after that, insomnia means lack of sleep. Narcolepsy means excessive daytime sleepiness. Sleep apnea, while sleeping, the person may have cessation of breathing for 10 seconds or may longer 5 times per hour, and it occurs 5 times per hour. Okay, insufficient sleep means a prolonged disturbance in quality and quantity of sleep. Parasomnias means when the client is falling asleep or waking up, something abnormal occurs during sleep itself. Okay. In that parasomnias, there are some common disorders are there: bruxism, enuresis, periodic limb movement disorder, sleep talking, and sleepwalking. These are about sleep disorders. What are the nursing measures to induce sleep? We must provide keep we must provide to client calm and quiet environment and comfortable room temperature, proper ventilation, minimal source of noise, a comfortable bed, proper lighting, In a hospital, the nurse can control noise in several ways. Okay, close doors to a client's room and reduce volume of nearly telephone and paying equipment. And after that, wear rubber solid shoes, avoid wearing clogs, turn off bedside equipment that is not in use, oxygen and suction. And after that, avoid abrupt loud noise such as flushing a toilet or moving a bed. And after that, keep necessary conversation as low levels, particularly at night. If any conversations will be there, we must, particularly at night, we must low level in conversations. And after that, any conduct discussion or nursing reports in a private separate room away from client. Turn off the TV or radio or any soft music. And the nurse can apply following comfort measures to promote sleep and administer analgesics or sedatives about 30 minutes before bedtime. That is, before 10 o'clock, we must be able to give analgesic or sedatives, and encourage clients to wear loose fitting nightwear. And after that, any position and support body parts to protect pressure points and aid muscle relaxation. Offer a massage just before bedtime, and provide caps and shock for older clients and those from the cold. Administer necessary hygienic measures. Keep bed linen clean and dry. Provide comfortable mattresses. Encourage client to avoid before going to sleep. Okay. If to perform actions to reduce fear and anxiety. Encourage client to urinate just before bedtime and ensure good room ventilation. These are all about sleep disorders and nursing measures to promote sleep. Thank you.